Broadcasting live from sunny South Florida and the best way to start your Saturday. This is KMA Talk Radio. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. And now your KMA crew. The man with the scoop, William Cooper. Alex the Goat Tavella. And always telling it like it is, Honest Abe Dababneh.
I like to smoke them like the Winston Churchill, like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar.
Good morning. Last time for 2025 to all our KMA fans out there. Honest Abe here, and we are broadcasting KMA episode number 601. Last one of the year. And as always, I'm here with my trusted crew, the man we call the GOAT, Alex Tavella. Our dear friend always bringing us industry news, rumor and teaser free, Williams, the Scoop Cooper. And one of our favorite friends here joining us for our last episode of the year, the beloved Godfather himself, Mr. Fred Rewey. Oh, what happened?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was putting my headphones on. My bad.
That's okay.
There we go.
I realized I was still on the speaker. Sorry. Everybody's intro.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing for our last show of 2025?
So this is episode.
Ah, shit. Sorry about that. Sorry, Fred.
This is episode 601.
It is.
So like last week was like balloons, victory lap, champagne. Now I'm here and it's like it's just a reset button. I'm just like the hangover of the party, or what's going on here? What are we doing?
Well,
Why are we celebrating?
last
We
show
tried
of the
to
year.
get last show of the year.
We tried to get Eric Espinosa, but we couldn't get him, so we just stuck
He
with
was
you.
partying last night or something, I think, yeah.
Oh,
Are
was he?
they?
I think they had that holiday party last night.
Speaking of Eric
Oh.
Espinosa, did you set that up?
Yeah.
Oh, might as well bring it up now. You made a ticker for it or no?
In the process.
In the process. Well, we're going to put it up here in a second. In celebration of 601 Day, we decided to run a special KMA promo.
I didn't even think of that.
Oh,
Well, that's why you're not the marketing guy.
I should have brought a 601 down.
No,
I know. I didn't. Yeah.
I didn't think it. I'll have to run on the second half, get one.
But yeah, we're offering.
Yeah.
It's all right. We're offering a
Good call.
special discount on all 601 cigars and 5-packs. Save 15%.
What?
Save 15% this
Wow.
weekend only.
Hey.
So stock up on your 601s for episode 601 of
Use
KMA
code 601.
Talk Radio. Yeah, he kept.
How
it
did
simple.
you come up with that code? How did you come up with that?
I figured, if they forget,
ChatGPT.
they'll remember.
All right. Before we get into nitty gritty, what are you boys smoking today?
Well, I got to say what I'm smoking. Look at this. This
Whoa.
is a
Original
2012 original Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I pulled the band off. It was maybe a
The
little.
cigar probably shrunk a little.
It probably shrunk a little. Yeah, I just pulled, but I bought a lot of these
2012.
actually.
That's from 2012.
I bought 2 boxes of these at your event. I was in West Palm Beach for business, and I went to the event, and that was the event where you had the car in the parking lot and you could smash it.
No, that was the original.
that was the original
Anarchy.
You had one at Apocalypse too.
I might have. You know what?
You
I
did
might
one.
have.
You had one at Apocalypse. I know.
I might
Yeah.
have. He's right. I might have done it too.
Yeah. It was a Friday night event. I stayed an extra day to go to that event. It was the old West Palm Beach store.
Yeah, you know how I knew right off the bat that's 2012? Because 2012 on the Mayan calendar was the apocalypse.
Yes, that was a whole.
It was the end of. It was supposed to be the end of the world.
It's like amber.
I think
I'm so
we
sick
actually
of broken promises.
Put 2012 on the box because
Yeah.
on the Mayan calendar.
Yeah,
The world
no,
was
I
supposed
remember
to
that was a
end
whole.
this year.
Yeah. So this is kind of the broadleaf version of the Anarchy.
Yes.
Yeah. It's an excellent cigar. And by the way, it cut perfect, so it's not dry at all. It just was a little, might have shrunk a little.
Oh, they all shrink after time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
How long? You're talking over a decade, bro. It's a
Yeah,
decade and a half almost.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, listen, I don't know why I still have it. It's just something I never smoked, but I got a Padron 80 year that's like 10 years old. I mean, you can literally slide the
Oh,
band.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can literally. Cigars over time are going to shrink up.
They
man.
just shrink.
A former number one cigar of the year, actually.
What are you smoking, Fred?
You know what? So I've got a couple here. The first one actually I did started up before the show is actually one of the Connoisseur Club ones. I've got this like random shelf that has them, and honestly, I don't know what they are. I really don't. I mean, for a while I was really good about labeling them when we did the reveals, and now I just don't know anymore.
So here's the
It's good.
question.
It's good.
What's the over and under on like what year we'll stop seeing those bands and those cigars?
Oh, geez. 10 years from now.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
because listen, Abe, a lot of them were, especially when we were just selling the random packs. It's like, all right, man, I'm just gonna throw them in my humidor, and at some point I'll smoke them. So yeah, 10 years from
100%.
now, somebody's gonna say, oh yeah, shit, I prefer these damn.
I think this year was the year we actually finally liquidated them all.
Like, we
whatever
have
was
none. There are
left.
none.
Yes, there are
Yeah,
none
there
left.
literally
So
are none left.
I
in the
bet you
warehouse.
for years and years to come, we'll still see Connoisseur Club cigars.
oh yeah, I bet, and no one will know what it is. So it'll be 10 years from now. You know, when you get that one, like, does anybody have any idea who this was? Is this company still around? Is this
what year?
Who are
what
they?
month? Right.
Yeah,
Where did I
like
get
they won't
this
even know
again?
that. They won't even know it's Connoisseur Club. It'll be an unknown brand then.
Yeah, they won't even know what Connoisseur
yeah.
Club is.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
like if the guy who sent the guy a couple in the fucking Secret Santa package at 10,
Right.
5, 6, 7. He's like,
100%,
wait,
yeah.
what the hell is? Wait, what is this? What is this?
Oh,
brand?
listen.
We're going to see a post. Anybody know what this brand is? It's Abe.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people bought those liquidation deals, never being in the Connoisseur Club.
That's what
Not
I'm
even-
saying.
Oh, yeah,
for
sure.
20 cigars for 30. Yeah, give it to me. Absolutely.
I mean, there were a lot of the good ones though. That like when we came off a show, that was a really good one. That those got snatched up, and even there were some
Right
of those
away.
that were still around. Like there's some gems in there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
some people got. I mean, some really good cigars.
Yep.
What do you smoke? What are you smoking, Alex?
I'm smoking my usual Wawa coffee, AJ Bellis artist, but
Yeah, he loves the
I
AJ.
really,
Oh,
I
love that
really have
cigar.
to- I got to tell you though, I got to take a minute to call out two cigars because I smoked them both last night, and I got to give them super credit. People, both of the new Trinidad's are phenomenal. The Miami and the Tommy Bahama, phenomenal.
Agreed.
cigar.
Agreed.
Honestly, I smoked. I'm going back today to go grab some more. They are phenomenal. They really, really did a great job with those cigars. And I'm sure we'll be talking about all of this a lot later.
Let me tell you something. We extended. I'm going to give the fair warning out to any Emerald Fish fans out here. We extended the deadline. There was a lot of people who didn't make their balance due payments, and we never want to see that.
People like Coop who just bought.
Coop was one, and Coop's like, "I got mine." I'm like, "No, you
I
didn't."
went and bought it without like paying
Yeah,
deposit fees up. Yeah.
bought the box 2 weeks after we started sending the emails out for the
Coop bought the
deposit.
extras without.
I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
smoking them. What do you mean I didn't?
So, we've been sending out emails and trying to tell everybody. So we extended it to the end of this year. But after that, whatever's left is going to go up for grabs. And we're going to put a little bit of a stash aside. But I'm going to tell you what, it could really be, because I had a 3-hour meeting with Saka last month, and we're planning out really a couple years ahead. It could be at least 2 years before that cigar is seen again. So if you're a fan, and
It's
you
a
like the
great.
cigar,
Listen,
Yeah.
that is a great cigar. I'm not, and
I know.
honestly, that's a great. That should, Abe, if you could hold on to that one, hold on to it.
It's one of the, well, one I really do. I told him, I said, dude, I've already
Yeah.
marketed this. I've given it a name. I've given it art. It should
Give
be
it
my
a coin. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I could win that argument with Steve. But
I think you can.
in defense of what, we have so many things on the SKU, something had to be put back on the fire. So this was it.
Mhm.
This wasn't we've had projects now 3 years plus 4 years that we're waiting to come to fruition this year. So we just had to put something on the back burner.
Yeah.
And Emerald Fish was it was like the most recent
It just
one.
came,
So
right? Yeah.
yeah. So it'll be maybe at least 2 years before we see Emerald Fish
Wow.
again.
Wow.
Honestly, Tom, one of my favorite coins. We put a lot of work into that to make that right. It really was.
It does detail on it's fantastic.
That's what took the longest, really. All the
Yeah.
gills and everything on that coin was a lot
Yeah.
of work.
Yeah.
People have to understand, especially because I had to work with him, because what you don't realize is, a guy who's a graphic artist, and we have two, they don't always understand the process of everything, especially the new generation graphic artists. Like, they don't understand offset printing, most of them, because most of these guys today now have come into the age where it's all digital printing. So they don't even understand how to color separate or do for emboss lines or stuff like that,
Right,
because
right,
most of the
right.
work
It's
doesn't involve that.
digital,
They don't even understand the concept of offset printing, where something's going through the print roll 4 times to get all
Right.
4 colors to make up a color. So the coins are definitely one of those things, because when you're laying in enamel, you can't have any open raised parts. So you have to make sure every part is closed, because that's what keeps one color enamel going into the other color of enamel.
Right.
So I really had to sit and work with it on them and look at, no, that's not going to work there. We're going to have to close that part, and we'll have to close that part. And you have to make some artistic calls on how something's going to come out, because you just don't have the freedom of like, I just drew this, let's make this. You know, it doesn't work that way when you're doing coins. So it gets a little bit tricky. I am smoking, and this is going to open up a lot of messages and texts, I know. It is not dead, people. The smoking social cigar is not dead. I am smoking. We are still working on it. If you could see, this says smoke in tweaked or twerked. It looks like twerked. Yeah. Twerked. Yeah, smoking twerked. There you go, Terrence. Smoking twerked. Thank you for sending me this twerked version. We are we haven't given up on that cigar. We just
Is it literally supposed to be tweaked?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Weird.
I'm
That's
sure
a new word, I think.
I'm
All right,
driving.
in fairness, the R is next to the E. Somebody hit a button they weren't supposed to.
I'm driving Terrence crazy with this project, because it just, you know, it's got our social group, which we're very committed to and love and adore, and we just want this cigar really to be something special. And I keep making him tweak it over and over again. I'm pretty sure he's sick of me in this whole project.
The poet laureate spelt the cigar the word tweet wrong.
He didn't do the bands.
I gotta blame him somehow.
Or
right?
Terrence is also equally irked by how long this project is going and purposely did it.
All right. Started off not too shabby. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't think. I think that's a non. If you look at the red type, I don't think promotional codes are allowed on those. On the La Bamba warheads.
Yeah, that's probably by that's
because it's limited edition.
Yeah. 601 core line.
Yeah.
Oh, so Alex, if you had told me when you were here, or I'd gotten the message while I was still here, I definitely would have shot over there. I didn't actually see that message till this morning. How was the fight?
I'll let Coop go first.
Alex, you sound like you're disturbed by the fight.
It started out like boring. I fell asleep and actually had to watch the replay. Then it kind of got to that point where it got disgraceful. And then it just got one-sided.
Why did it get disgraceful? I didn't see it. I didn't even know what was going on until
Jake Paul just stalling tactics and stuff with the referee.
Who was he fighting in particular?
1 second. He was fighting Anthony Joshua, former and not long ago former
world champion.
So he's fighting a hardcore, legitimate.
He was fighting a guy who still got a lot in the tank,
still in shape, not retired, not
right.
Yeah.
1 second. I'm sorry.
It's all right because
but it became one-sided.
One-sided by whom?
Joshua. Anthony Joshua just dominated, and I think it go 6 rounds. I think.
Yeah, I told somebody this morning. This is how I summarized it. The marketing went 12 rounds. The fight did not.
Right, that's a good way to put it.
What ended the fight? Was it a knockout?
Yeah.
The ref round. He was down. He got knocked down 4 times, and the 4th time he basically barely made it up for the 10 count, and the ref just said enough.
That's a technical knockout?
It was a technical knockout. Yeah. He wasn't knocked out. He wasn't knocked out.
Wait. No. I think he got counted out. Did he not get counted out?
I don't remember.
I saw the ref wait. I saw the ref
kind of waved.
But I think the wave was because he got counted out. I don't think he got up to 10. I mean, either way, it's a knockout.
Either way, yeah.
Oh, he ended up with a broken jaw.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
He said it. But so all right. Go ahead, Coop. Go ahead.
What I was going to say, the whole part about Paul going for the legs and stuff like that. I mean, what was that? This is not boxing when I see that.
So I'll tell you what that was. I'll tell you what that was. That was what we found out last night is, look, Jake Paul can't fight real guys, right?
Right.
That's what I was going to ask.
He can't straight up box. He can't straight up box.
Well, wait a minute.
Boxer.
So has he? Yeah, he did last night. Got his ass beat.
No. I mean, before this guy.
He did before that too, and he actually lost. He lost. Look, the thing with okay, let me do the fight first. So all that was him just not knowing what to do. He didn't know what to fucking do in there, Coop. His goal was get in there, try and grab him, and he was trying to grab him low by his legs and wrestling around. And what would happen was finally the ref had enough and said, because he let it go multiple times.
He let it go way too long.
Finally, the ref said, listen, if you get punched in the face when you're coming in, even though you're not getting knocked down, if you're dropping down to grab his legs and your glove touched the canvas, it's a fucking knockbout. And he started calling knockdowns. Jake Paul just had no idea what to do in there.
He had no idea what to do.
Why was he trying to grab him so low? Was he thinking it was MMA?
Yeah, man.
Survival.
Just trying to get in and grab.
He's not a boxer.
Well, yeah, it was also like, come in, my head's down, so where do my hands go? They go, I'm ducking this, so I don't want to get hit, so I'm coming in this way, and my hands are going low. But listen, dude, Anthony Joshua was clearly holding back. I mean, literally points where you see that he had the punch loaded. Instinct had the punch loaded, and he didn't swing it. And that is the problem, because that now makes us turn around and say, well, what was that? Was that part of the contract? He couldn't really hit him until the 5th round. That
was the whole thing with the Tyson fight. Yeah.
Right. Is that true or not? I don't know. But you leave them things open. When this guy clearly could have put this guy in his sleep, maybe not the 1st round, but by the 2nd round, clearly. Jake Paul just doesn't know how to fight those guys.
But the people that are saying like this is horrible for boxing in general,
I totally disagree with.
But does anybody? There's two different things. Does anybody watch this fight thinking this is a real legit boxing match? It's a spectacle. Is Jay going to get kicked out by a big guy? It's not like having two real heavyweight fighters or middleweight fighters or anything.
These are like Apollo Creed Drago fights, right?
This is a gimmick. It's a gimmick.
No, this is like the Apollo Creed. This is like Rocky Thunderlips fights.
That's what this was like. Or even Rocky Drago a little. Even Rocky Drago.
It's like one step above wrestling. It's one step above wrestling.
Yes, yes, it is to a degree. But in fairness, it's only his fights that are the spectacle. The guy puts on good cards. 100%. The guy, 100%. I didn't need to watch old Anderson Silva and Tyrone Woodley fight, but otherwise,
the fight was a good card.
There's a couple of things with this guy, and you have to give him credit. He's good for the sport. Even including Anthony Joshua, who was a former 2-time world heavyweight champion. The biggest paycheck he ever got in the ring was last night.
Yeah.
Last night. So that's number one, right? Every MMA guy that he ever fought, their biggest payday that they ever got, these fucking former champions, was fighting Jake Paul. All the guys on his undercards make more money than they would on any other undercard fighting the same fight. So is he good for boxing? Yeah, he must be, because if Netflix is willing to give him $92 million, then somebody must be subscribing to Netflix to watch some boxing that wasn't watching boxing before. So as a net, yes, he's good for boxing. As a boxer, no, he's not a good boxer. Good for boxing, not a good boxer.
So here's the ultimate question.
True.
Does that really matter?
That he's not a good boxer?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it does matter. But what I do think, if he's smart, he needs to understand that he is now the draw. People will now pay to watch Anthony Joshua to watch Jake Paul fight some 15-2 guy. Like, now fight regular guys. You're the draw. People will buy your shit to watch you. All right, we know that you can't beat fucking world-class heavyweight champions. You're not there. Fight some journeymen. Have real fights now. You're there. It's time. Nobody wants to watch you fight a 50-year-old anymore.
It saddens me, because you had some great fights this year. You had the Bivol fight.
Many
Crawford,
great fights this year. This was a decade.
And this one but to see this an 8-round exhibition.
But don't treat it the same. It's not the same. Don't treat it like, to me, they're totally different tracks.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Wait, let me ask you a question. How do you treat it differently?
Because it's an exhibition. It's not an exhibition.
Hold on. I don't know if you're saying don't treat it the same as in don't treat
okay,
it.
That's fair.
Don't view it the same.
I say view it as entertainment. So in other words,
right.
Am I watching an actual football game, or am I watching a movie about a football team that is a Disney movie? I mean, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. Don't treat it as a real bout of people that are legitimately supposed to go against each other, and enjoy it. and enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, and don't
look,
treat it like high level. It's not a high level world
It's not.
championship
It's
boxing
not.
match.
I love,
Yeah, it was
Not, but the
100%
casual fan doesn't know the difference.
I love when people get upset about people making money, right? Life's a money
Who
grab.
cares?
I
Who
mean,
cares?
yeah. I mean,
Only because we're willing to pay for it. That's why.
Right. And if it's a money grab, don't subscribe and watch it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing
and then
about
the
that
people-
too. Listen, especially when we start talking about boxers. You know what boxers were called before the term boxers? Prize fighters. They fight for money. That is what they do. That's why there's not a league.
Yeah.
That's not why there's not a schedule. That's why we don't know who's going to fight. They negotiate and fight for money. These guys. Over the years, these guys have gotten smarter and become businessmen. That we're not like back in the 40s when guys were fighting every 3 weeks to pay their bills. Guys are getting paid. That's why guys like Terrence Crawford, who clearly can continue fighting at the highest
And will.
level.
I think he'll come back.
I don't think he will. I think he's smart enough not to.
Really? Okay.
I think Terrence Crawford is smart enough not to. He doesn't have to. Why get punched in the head anymore?
Half these guys don't have to, though, and they keep going. I mean,
and that's the problem. That's why we see guys like Anthony Joshua taking a. I mean, listen, I don't know. Jake Paul made 90. Even if this guy made 10, I'm taking a fight too. Who cares?
I agree with Abe, though. I mean, look, money grab. Someone's willing to pay for you to do something. Then
That's what I'm saying. I mean, look, I didn't subscribe. I didn't watch it. I don't care. I mean, I would have gone to Alex's house, watch it for free. But
that's the other thing too. I think that's what I texted Coop last night. At least I didn't have to pay for this shit.
Right.
Alex, I was also commenting. I really miss the HBO production.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, that was an off. I felt like they were advertising WWE content half the time last night. I don't know. They had that. To me, it just didn't have the HBO had such a great production.
Do you remember?
They're only slightly better. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. They're only slightly better than the Saudi productions, which are even worse to me, Coop.
I didn't know you didn't have to pay to watch this fight.
As long as you
Netflix.
It's Netflix.
Oh wow.
You paid, but you didn't have to pay.
I don't know what the fuck anybody has.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Anthony.
Are they complaining because they thought they were going to watch a real boxing match?
Probably, yeah. But again, you fell into the delusion. It was your fault.
Yeah.
But listen, it was totally a money grab for Anthony Joshua. But you got to realize something too. This guy's damaged goods. He was a world champion. He lost in spectacular fashion the first time he lost the belt. Got knocked out by, literally a fat Mexican kid that he was not supposed to get knocked out by. Derailed his career, came back, won a championship. He just recently got knocked unconscious again in the ring. So he's kind of damaged goods. He's not he's a former champion, still at the age of not totally past his prime. But for him, he's not getting big fight. He ain't making this kind of money in any fight he could take right now. He's damaged goods. He's not in line for a title. He's not a contender at this point. He's kind of become the old school journeyman. You know what I mean? The older guy. So he can't make half the money.
He's 36 now. Yeah.
In any fight. There's no fight. He can't take 2 fights right now to make the money he made last night.
Good for him.
But remember, he beat Klitschko. He has some credentials. He has some credentials.
Absolutely.
This guy. Yeah,
this was a younger Tyson scenario. Tyson was over the hill. Tyson beat the shit out of a lot of guys. He was, this is the next guy they thought that was. What's the closest age range I can get that maybe I can hang for half a dozen rounds?
Right.
And
right.
and
this guy, he's damaged.
A little more legit.
I can last with him. Right.
But that was the problem. It wasn't built. No one ever thought the Tyson fight was a legitimate fight, although most people were rooting for Tyson. This one, they thought maybe Jake can show, what he can do a little bit with someone a little closer to his circle. Obviously, he can't.
No.
I think everything he's doing is good. I don't see anything wrong with what he's doing.
So do I.
No,
it's just again,
I don't
like I
the
said,
guy.
When you watch a product that came out last night, if that's the problem I had, the product was so bad last night.
Okay, Coop.
We're getting right? When do we had a great Jake Paul fight?
You like football, right?
I like football.
Are you going to say lingerie football is not good for football?
It's not football.
I get it, but are you watching it expecting to watch football? That's my point.
Well, am I expecting to watch it to get a wardrobe malfunction? No, I'm not going to watch it for that.
There you go.
There you go. What the problem is about people complaining. You talking about this fight's product is literally like the equivalent of talking about the product of a WWF fight, right? What is it you're expecting? What was your expectations of this fight going in? did you really think you were going to watch a legitimate, like, historic boxing match?
Absolutely not. I messaged Alex. I said, "Are you watch? I'm going to watch this shit show tonight." And basically, yeah.
I think that's the problem. The problem that think that people that are upset are the ones that thought they were going to watch a legitimate fight, and that's not what this was.
But when I saw what happened in those middle rounds, that's what really irked me.
Well, that's embarrassing.
I have no question, or no even issues that it wasn't a legitimate fight or didn't look like a legitimate fight. But here's what I have to ask anybody, because this is what their importance comes in: was it entertaining?
No,
because if it's not entertaining, then that stuff doesn't last.
Listen,
I agree.
Listen, professional wrestling is still around, and we all know it's fake as fuck and written.
It's entertaining, though.
But we love it because it's entertaining.
It's fake.
Check this out, Abe. In the middle of the fight, the refs paused the fight, grabbed them both, and literally said,
"Stop the clock.
Stop the clock. People didn't pay for this bullshit. You guys got to fight."
Yeah.
Literally, the ref said that in the middle of the fight. People didn't pay for
7 seconds left in the round, too, by the way. Yeah.
Right. The round was...
Did that come across the microphone?
Yeah. And even the commentators said something about it. Yeah.
The commentators, to give them credit, they said this was a disgrace as well.
Yeah. Even the commentator, the ref was like, this shit.
Yeah.
Look, it doesn't bother me that it's not entertaining, because then you just won't watch it again. But that's the real thing. No, not really. I mean, I won't. But, here's the thing. If it's not entertaining, it won't last.
100%.
As bogus as professional wrestling is, as fake as it is, as story-written it is, and we all know it now. No, I mean, you have to be really in the dark if you really believe professional wrestling is still real in America. But it's still entertaining.
But they have athletic moves that they do in there that impress you.
But here's the thing. I'm not even a follower of professional wrestling, but if I'm flipping through a channel and there's something coming on and I get enthralled, I'm like, oh, let me watch a little bit of this. It's entertaining to watch.
It is. Yeah.
People will not last.
But here's the thing. And this is why I got to give, and listen, I'm no Jake Paul fan. I'm fucking 43 years old. I've never watched a YouTube video of this guy, but I got to give credit where it's credit's due. I think that he kind of understands this. And that's why listen, Jake Paul undercards are better than normal boxing undercards. So he knows I got to get good shit in these undercards because my shit is a little bit of a farce.
So here's the question then. There's a guy who's been watching it.
Yeah.
Knowing that the farce is going to be his main ticket is going to be an absolute waste of time, you would tune in for the undercard.
Depending on if the undercard
has if
they're as good as this.
Also,
I don't know that Jake knows it's a farce though. He may just think it's real.
No,
he knows what he's doing.
I think he knows exactly what the fuck
he knows. It's spectacle. But also, wait, you know what, Abe? As long as it's free on Netflix and I'm watching I'll probably watch it anyway.
That's exactly
the magic. The minute I got to pay for this shit, no, fuck you. I'm done. I'll go pirate.
But here's the thing, though, because Netflix is doing this mainly because, look, dollar motivation. There's no bringing Jake Paul fights to your subscribers who've been subscribers for 20 years doesn't bring you any extra revenue if you're not charging for it. So their obviously belief is a lot of people are going to start subscribing to Netflix to start watching.
But I think it is revenue because it's also people that don't unsubscribe. If Netflix drops some sort of carrot every once in a while, hey, 2 months now, we're going to have this fight, whatever, they're going to maintain subscribers.
Wait a minute.
You think it'll slow their attrition? You think it slows their attrition rate?
100%.
You're missing revenue. You're missing revenue.
Yeah.
Netflix also introduced something new in live sporting events. They're running ads between rounds. That's a whole other stream.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're on.
And listen, you know what? It's the perfect time. I don't give a fuck I don't care about what's going on between the round. Run your ad. Go ahead. Don't run your ad when the fucking football game has to take a TV timeout. That's
right.
But run your ad between, and so that's a whole other stream of revenue that they're collecting, which is why they're paying Jake Paul.
How many people watched it? Did anybody look it up? How many viewers there were? How many people watched it?
Let's see.
And we compare that against, say, an average NFL game. How many eyeballs they had to run ads right there?
Well, remember, this is a subscription, so it's still a subscription service, and NFL technically isn't anymore in a lot of cases.
But the network still has viewership when they go to sell the ads for it, and Netflix goes to their advertisers and said, "Hey, we're going to run ads right in the middle of this fight that we have a captured audience."
Let's see.
That's the real revenue right there.
Sure.
Because people subscribing to watch the fights is something you can only figure out after the fact.
They're getting ready to go into WWE. That's what they're getting ready to do.
In the last 60 days, and 80% of them watched the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, why do you think Apple paid for F1 in the United States? Why do you think they started? Everybody. I mean, football's a mess right now because you don't know what you want to watch your game. Is it on Amazon this week or ESPN or I mean, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Are you looking up to see how many
Yeah,
viewers?
I'm trying to look it up. Yeah, I don't know.
You know, I still, like I said, after that Tyson debacle, right? And this was more entertaining than the Tyson debacle. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
They would have never been able to sell. No one would ever buy a pay-per-view for Jake Paul. This was the only way they could do it.
Yeah, they would.
It was the right
he has a ton of fans. He has a ton of fans.
Was Tyson pay-per-view?
No, it was Netflix as well. I'm just saying if Jake Paul tried to move it back to I think pay-per-view is dying actually in this country.
I think Jake Paul would still get a nice paycheck. Even he's got enough of an audience that people would watch him get beat up by somebody.
I didn't really like. It wasn't entertaining me to watch Jake Paul getting knocked down time and time again towards the end of that fight.
Okay, but if Tyson
it was one-sided. It was one-sided. Unless you hate Jake Paul, then it was fun to see, maybe.
Because you have to like the other guy. Everybody liked Tyson.
Honestly, I watched the last one to watch Tyson.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
Listen,
I didn't know Jake Paul was.
As much as I don't like Jake Paul, the last thing I want that guy to do is not be able to live a normal life again. We have to get beat up.
Oh, I mean, we're not. Yeah.
No, we're not. That's not what I'm looking for.
Nobody's wishing for that.
No, absolutely not. And I've seen fighters. There's fighters who have died with less beatings than that. I'll tell you that.
I think I first heard of these guys. My wife used to love watching Real Sports, and I think Real Sports did an episode, and that's when I first heard of these guys.
What a great show that was! Yeah,
man. My wife doesn't watch sports. She watched that.
Brian Gumbel did a great job.
Yeah. I found it so weird. She watched it religiously.
Yeah.
But why does everybody hate these boys? Why is there such resentment for these guys? I don't.
They're arrogant. They're cocky.
Arrogant, cocky people are hated. We'd hate it fucking 90% of America.
Well, it goes back to wrestling, Abe. That's kind of the same thing that's the stick in wrestling for 50, 60 years.
Is being a heel their stick?
Yeah.
Jake's trying to be a heel is what he's trying to do. But he said all the right things after the fight, too. He really did. And same thing, he did the same thing after the Tyson fight. He said all the right things, too.
So I got some numbers. These are estimated numbers because Netflix it's not like pay-per-view buys. Netflix isn't quite as transparent. But all right, so the Jake Paul fight, that's estimated that there was around 24 million concurrent streams and about an average of 36 million live and same day viewers.
Wow.
Now to put that into perspective.
Huge numbers.
Put that into perspective. The Terrence Crawford Canelo Alvarez fight, which was a couple months ago, which was the greatest fight that happened probably in the last 20 years, right? It was that kind of fight. It was a decade generational type of fight. That did about 40 million streams. So this guy got half of what a generational fight got.
I think that was a lot of the global audience played into that, though. Yeah.
Sure. But still, this guy 20 million streams ain't shabby. Ain't shabby.
No.
That's a lot of ads. That's a lot of ads that got run on screens.
You know what the problem is? Social media has skewed our view of the value of 20 million streams.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the problem. Yes. They don't even realize what kind of number that is,
20 million, right.
Yeah. 20 million plus. So, my video got 300 million views,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
20 million people were all sitting in front of a TV watching the same thing last night at the same time. It's pretty impressive.
I mean, people who are saying this was a letdown and crying, they sat in their house and watched it for free. I remember the days, right, when, my God rest his soul, one of my uncles used to get tickets from Vegas to come watch all the Sugar Ray fights and Marvin Hagler fights. And, but can you imagine people flying in and the early Mike Tyson fights? I mean, that's the real one. The Sugar Ray Hagler fights were all awesome, but the Mike Tyson fights, flying in, paying God knows what a ticket, and you go in there and the fucker's over like in fucking 1 minute and 80 seconds, or I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, then you got bitch authority, right? Complain and cry all you want after that,
right? But they already got your money.
Yeah. But you mentioned, Fred, you were mentioning Don King. Don King used to put the best undercards on, except maybe one or a couple cases.
He understood the mechanics of them. He understood both. I want entertainment and I want real fights.
Yeah,
he changed the game.
Yeah. I mean, I could tell you there were some great undercard championship
Is he
level
still
fights.
alive?
Yeah, he is, but he's retired.
I'm sure. God knows how much money he's made legally.
John King did a lot of good for boxing, as much as bad he did.
I mean, he doesn't have Jake Paul money, but I mean, you know.
I mean, honestly, this here is his move.
Who?
Logan Paul. You know, don't get killed.
No.
I'm
That's
surprised they haven't given him the title yet.
Wait. And he's a star in the WWE already.
I was going to say, yeah. I mean,
he's taking over WWE. I'm not taking over, but he's a star in the WWE.
He'll get the belt. They're going to give him the belt at some point, but it's not yet. You don't think they will?
I absolutely do. Why wouldn't I?
They haven't yet, but they're writing the whole Cody Rhodes thing right now. Yeah, they're writing the whole John Cena retirement. Yeah.
This kid is, and that's the thing with boxing. I mean, with wrestling, this kid is, in wrestling, not all you have. Obviously, you need that athletic skill, but it's a lot less demanding on you learning the trade than boxing getting punched in the face. Yeah. And this kid's these guys made a decision. Hey, we're getting into sports entertainment. And then so far they, outside of the sports part of it isn't great, at least on the boxing side, but they got the entertainment part of it there.
Jake's going to go WWE at some point because he'll reach the point where.
Why not?
Because when he hits 40, he's not going to be able to do these fights anymore.
They need a future generation. They need the whole Logans. They need that.
I think Jake
that's his play. That's his play.
Really can.
Could you pick
and make millions of dollars?
The ultimate goal will be to put the two Paul brothers in a fight, a wrestling match, like they did with the Hart brothers in the 90s. They did with Brett and Owen. They did with Brett and Owen.
In the WWE, you could do a match this weekend, next weekend, the weekend after that.
They do it all the time.
You don't have to recover.
Take it on the road. Take it on the road. Stadium sell out. Yeah,
they could be the modern day Von Erichs.
Ryan, the WWE is owned by Saudi Arabia. Yeah, they're not promoting cigars. It ain't happening.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. I think Sam Lassia is.
Wait, why is Saudi Arabia against promoting cigars?
Because it's Muslim, bro.
Tobacco,
no cigars, no drinking. That's not even for, but it's just not in.
UAE is a little different. Cigar.
Yeah, UAE is a little different.
Yeah,
that's odd because there's cigar shops in the country.
Yeah.
There's cigar shops, but they don't promote it. Yeah.
Right. And I mean, it's literally WWE's owned by the Muslim.
We don't promote
company.
It. United States doesn't promote any tobacco stuff on any shows or anything. That's not really much different.
Right. Except the difference is the Saudi government literally owns the Saudi royal family literally owns WWE. So it's about Muslims. It's just a religious thing.
It's a different.
Which is also why I say, what I would like is for the Saudis to just buy a damn Vegas casino, so I don't have to keep missing fights at 1:00 in the afternoon because they're getting put on in Saudi Arabia. But I don't think they will, just because of the whole religious thing and gambling.
I do like.
That's my thing. I'm like, why don't they? I like it too, Coop, except that I forget every time that it's.
Hey, that's the problem. We forget. Yeah, but it beats 11:00 at night. I agree.
Hold on one second. Are you telling me that all the WWE fights take part in Saudi Arabia?
No. But a lot of the boxing matches do.
Boxing, Saudi Arabia is becoming now a much more desirable place to have fights than Vegas.
And you want to know why, Abe? It's one simple reason. They are paying the shit out of these guys to go fight in Saudi Arabia, period.
Yeah. It's there's no surprise that World Cups are going. The World Cup, I believe, is going to Saudi Arabia in 2030 or something like that, I believe. And, I know UAE is going to try for the Olympics. I've kind of gotten word, they're going to try to bid eventually for an Olympics. So you're going to see a lot more of that.
Money.
They got the money to do it. They got they'll build the facilities and everything to do it.
Yeah.
Qatar did it in 2022. That was another story. I think there was some corruption with that, but still.
What corruption happens in the World Cup?
The bidding.
You mean on what city gets it?
Yeah, and then there were a lot of questions on the labor that was going on there too. Yeah.
I mean, they got nothing but money. There's only like 300,000 people in the whole country. I mean, and they do 300 million a year national product, gross product. I mean, a month, not a year, a month.
I was in Doha, and I will tell you that it was a weird thing. The soccer stadiums are very close to each other. in that country. Like you could walk from one to the other actually, and they're all in the same area. As opposed to when we do the World Cup here next year, it's going to be spread across three countries, in North America. So it's also an economical thing if they can. There's a lot less travel you have involved with that.
Yeah, I think that's actually a great way to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we're coming up onto a break, but before we go down a break, I do want to tease a little something. Unlike William Cooper, I love the tease.
Look, this is your show, Abe. So
I love the tease.
Your show, Abe. Yep.
I
respect your
teases,
show.
Teases are not rumors.
I made a small teaser post earlier this week, or it might have been late last week. Some of our TGS special releases. So every year since the digital experience, we've asked manufacturers to produce something unique and special for the Great Smoke. So this year being our 20th year in next March, we went to Steve Saka, who's been doing one continuously since 2021. Carlito Fuente, who was in the original group of the digital experience in 2020. And also Pete Johnson, and Steve Saka was too, and Pete Johnson, who were all part of, I think we had 5 or 6.
What a triple-headed monster that is.
Bro. So I have 2 of them, and I posted a little snippet. This is the Tatuaje project for the Great Smoke by Pete Johnson. And these are in. And
I'm gonna have to talk to Carlito on something.
Unfortunately, it has the typical.
Right.
I don't know what they do to that band, but it has the typical, Tatuaje special release projects. But this one may go down as probably one of the most insane packaging. I don't have Carlitos, and Carlito is very you really don't know anything until it's done.
Right.
And you're also
you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed.
And you don't ask any questions.
You don't need to know. You don't need to know.
Either. I'll talk to Carlito.
Questions.
I'll talk to Carlito.
all I know is they literally asked me for a dream board of what Great Smoke graphics and stuff like that. And my only fear with them is timing, because they closed down really early. They closed down for a while. He is the first person to he's our first drop. What are the 3 dates, Alex? Could you just read the 3 dates if you could pull it up from the Great Smoke website of these special releases? So all these special releases, you have to be participating in the Great Smoke. Now, I'm not telling anybody you should go out and buy a ticket for the Great Smoke just to get one of these releases, but I will tell you this: getting not telling you
not to either.
Right, getting a ticket to the Great Smoke is 1,000% worth it, whether you're coming live, which is always the goal. Right. Or even if you get the virtual box this year, because it's over the top and the value of the cigars is like over $400. And our swag this year has been 2 to 3 times what we normally pay for swag. It's gorgeous swag this year because it's our 20th anniversary. So, you have to be participating in the Great Smoke. The first one is Carlitos, which it drops when?
February 4th.
February 4th. So we do a live broadcast with Carlito. We drop the cigar. It starts selling. The second one, I believe, is Pete Johnson.
The 18th.
February 18th. And then this is the last one of the 3 prior to the event, which would be February, or is 25th. It February 25th? So this is the box.
Oh, that's cool.
So Circo de Chaparrito is a legitimate traveling circus in Nicaragua. It's a midget circus. So this is literally named after that. And look at this box that he made.
You're not using the brown paper bags anymore?
Well, I asked him 2 years ago. I said, listen, 2026 is our 20th anniversary. Can we do something not in brown paper?
That's cool. That's very cool.
That really came out nice. Yeah.
Hold on. And not even that, man. I'm going to try to bring this up close to the camera to do it justice. Okay. Not just the box. I mean, these bands and the cigars look super sexy. Let me just take it out. I'm not going to hold the box. Let me get a close up.
Oh, that's cool.
This camera is not giving these bands the due justice of the detail and the beauty of these bands. And this is a nice size cigar. This really is. I mean, it's like short, fatty bellicoso. You could see the girth on it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna guess
That's cool.
That
That's
does
good
look,
stuff.
that does look really nice.
4 3/4, 5 inch. Well, I got a ruler. Why am I guessing?
Wow.
I fucking hate these colored fucking rulers.
I know, you can't fucking see them.
I know. Yeah, it's 5 inches.
So it's like 5 by 54 or 5 by 56. It looks
I'd
like.
say
5 by 56.
54 and 56, little mini fat bellicoso. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't smoked one yet because I can't do it till I know they're done with all the product photography. But definitely lighting one of these babies up. But I just thought I'd give our KMA viewers a little.
That's cool.
That is cool. That came out very nice. The cigar looks very tasty.
It looks dark and rich, man.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
I can't remember if he did. I don't know if Steve gave me any details on the cigar, but it really looks dark and rich. So I'm going to look forward to that. And I'm sure once we get the Fuente release, we'll be doing a video and putting pictures out on it. But that's the one we don't have. That's the magic.
And Carlito hasn't given you a hint of what the brand is going to be. Is it going to be an X? Is it going to be a Don Carlos?
Listen, he did.
Okay.
I don't want to say anything.
Okay.
No, because he may
That's
change his
fine.
mind too.
100%. There's a chance the final product isn't going to be what we talked about.
I mean, you look at the 1 year that he went into the back room and just got stuff that's been sitting there forever. So you don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. I mean, look, and you're not calling.
It will be good, whatever it is. It'll be over the top.
I call Steve Saka 5 times a week and say, "Hey, how's our project going?" Whatever. I can't do that with Carlito. I might ping him once a month. Hey, just a reminder. I mean, so
Right.
He'll
yeah.
send you a WhatsApp and like one
He's
morning.
watching. Carlito, we were just talking about your cigar. Look, there it is. There it is.
Oh. It's made being sent to you as soon as we open again.
Hey, Carlito, I got to get with you on some information here so I can bet Abe.
Oh, look, now I'm still in shock of how special and different it is. I can't wait to see this cigar.
And that's what he promised.
Wow.
And so when we get that information, we will share it with you. But
Yeah.
February 4th will be the drop. And I know he's working on something special. He expressed it to me, but I don't want to share anything because
Look, everything he does is amazing. And when he decides to go over the top on something special occasion wise, I mean,
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see it.
I didn't know what he was doing back in 2020 when we did the digital experience. I was working with our rep, Alan.
Oh, that was amazing.
We asked, look, this is COVID. We don't want to not do the great smoke. I'm trying to create something that might create excitement because I'm afraid like this digital experience is going to be boring. I don't know how it's going to come off. You'd be interested in making some of it. And, of course, Carlito jumped to the occasion, was awesome about it, but not in I didn't ask, what are you doing?
Right.
Hey, I thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, that's my response. And I never in a million years thought he was going to make a rendition of Opus X for us. I mean, when I got the video, I was floored. So
I only have 2 more of those, and I'm saving because my 60th birthday is coming up, and I'm saving it for that because I'm not liking turning 60, but I'm saving both those cigars for that day.
Are you going to be at the Great Smoke?
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, I will tease this now, and it may be the last time I talk about it. There is a stash of those from the original Reese.
I know there is. I've seen it.
Not
at the smoke in.
That doesn't surprise me.
Not in my possession.
Oh, okay.
It's not in my possession.
You had some at one point, extra. Remember?
Until recently, so we don't have any. They're gone.
Okay.
Okay. The only boxes that exist, I think, is 1 or 2 I have in my back cabinet here that I'm legacying those boxes. But there's a stash not in my possession, and if I understand correctly, they may show up at the Fuente.
Oh wow!
Great Smoke. So
great cigar. Great cigar.
And that's from the original release. So listen, bro. I one of the luckiest retailers I could be. I mean, I to go to guys like Pete Johnson, Carlito Fuente, Steve Saka, and ask them to do stuff like this for me, and pumping out what they do. Consider myself a blessed guy in this business.
Hey, remember Solaris? That was groundbreaking when you got that cigar. I mean, I don't ever remember Fuente doing something like that beforehand.
That was our 15th anniversary of the business.
Yeah. And I was lucky. When I bought the sampler pack, it was in there, later on, which was great because that was they were gone.
They were gone.
Yeah.
Solaris was a really nice project for us.
Yeah, it was.
It really was. And look, I mean, Carlito's got a great team. Rich there is incredible with us. He's been extremely helpful. And, even our rep who retired recently was my rep like for my whole career since I got in the business, retired.
Yeah.
He was a great guy too. In fact, he's the gentleman who
Is
played.
he like retired now?
Bro, do you not know? He got like an RV and he travels the whole country.
Yeah, he's going around. He's going around the whole nation.
He's doing exactly what he was supposed to do when he retired. I mean,
that's
exactly what
he's got this RV with a little bathroom. He bought it here. I went in it. He showed me around how they got the toilet in it and what he's got to do when he travels.
What?
Wait, you want to hear something else funny?
Good morning, Rafael.
Opening party for the Great Smoke, Altitus USA. Rafael Nadal will be there.
Thursday? That's the Thursday.
Thursday night.
Nice.
You want to know something funny? He had surgery a while back and he couldn't sit down. So he borrowed my big, delicious seat cushion that we used to have.
The poker. Yeah.
It's in his RV.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told him just keep it now. Just keep it. You sat on it long enough. Just keep it. Let it travel the country with you. But yeah, he showed me all these pictures. He's having the time of his life. He's
probably the only guy that spent his career traveling around that retired and decided to travel around. I mean, what?
Get figured out. There's a few stops along the way I didn't hit.
Yeah. Well, he's not selling. He's not selling. He's not. Yeah.
And with his wife, so it's a little bit.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
So
now, Abe, the spicy beef stick, that's the red meat lovers. So that's different. There's actually two releases
separate.
That have been.
Yes. So Steve Saka at the Red Meat Lovers Club dinner now is going to produce a special variation of the Red Meat Lovers Club every year. That was his idea, something he came up with, which for a guy who's complaining about how many fucking projects he does a year, I really said to myself, do you really want to add literally another annual project?
But he loves I think he really loves doing this.
Well, look, to his defense,
it
made sense on every level because, Red Meat Lovers was an entity, he was an entity, and then we did the Red Meat Lovers Club cigar together, but Red Meat Lovers started hosting those dinners before that cigar came out. Right. So, we made it because it was a great social club. And it just started seeming odd to do a Red Meat Lovers Club event after it became a national brand and then start doing it with other manufacturers. And there was a little logic in that. So when Steve approached me, it made complete sense.
It does. I agree.
So I think what it is this year, it's I have one here. It's the spicy beef stick version of the regular spicy beef stick Red Meat Lovers cigar, but it's in the same blend as whatever he did to change it for Tanga.
Oh, okay.
So the Tanga version.
So it's the Tanga version.
That was a good size. That was a really good size.
Yeah.
That double closed foot. Double close, double head, whatever.
Yeah, Alan Goldfarb was the rep we were talking about, and he's a great guy. And what I was saying is Alan was the guitarist that played with my daughter doing the violin.
Yeah,
folks. That's who we were talking about.
That's who we were talking about. So if you watch the digital experience, he was a gentleman who actually played guitar with my daughter. And I'll tell you what, I mean, most people don't know this. He has a musical he has history in the music industry. He was a roadie. He worked with Johnny Depp's band and traveled the country with Johnny. He's actually friends with Johnny Depp. And, when I concocted this idea of them doing it and he wanted to do it, he literally for 2 weeks before the Great Smoke, came to my house a few times a week to rehearse with my daughter to get ready for it and was really nice enough after the Great Smoke. He gave my daughter her first electric guitar. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way this industry is. It's
that's what's great about this industry. It really is.
It's the side that a lot of people really don't get to see.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. So we got exciting. I know it's our last show of the year, but we're going to try to go out in the bang. We have an exciting and normal episodes coming up in hour number 2. And I think I'm going to poll the viewers. So you got time now during our break. Think about it. We don't have a theme for Tale of Tape season 4.
We don't have a theme for anything. I'm just letting you know, I got nothing for next. This was a terrible week.
Yeah, we need a theme.
I didn't get to show up till yesterday. Well, we need it. We do. Yeah, listen, help us, folks, because if not, it won't start until February. We'll fight, we'll argue, we'll go back and forth. We need some help. Give us some help. Think of some shit. Preferably get us away from TV. Give us something new. We've been doing
TV. I think we want to get away from TV.
Yeah, because I don't want to.
We'll listen. Here's the deal: you come up with a good idea, all right, and we use it. I'll send you $100 gift certificate to smoke it. So if we use your idea, and that offer is good to anybody but Alan Rubin.
Yes, because he'll send like 10 ideas.
Yes,
I'm gonna say movies.
So listen, real quick. I know you're about to go to break, Abe.
And you're going to owe me $10. And you're going to owe me $10 if you submit one that we've already done. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
When we go to break, listen. I know you people don't sit there and watch the commercials. So this time we're going to
see that. Our advertisers
no,
on
no, no.
Wow.
This is the time. Let's be real. Nobody watches commercials. But this is the time that we're going to allow you not to watch commercials and hurry up to the site and save 15% on all 601 Core Line cigars during the commercial break.
Listen, I'll let you get away with saying that today. One, because it's obviously a sales tactic. But two is I've been bugging Rafael Nadal for a new ad now for at least a couple months.
Rafael, I don't want an Alternus commercial unless Rafael's talking in it. I don't want to.
I'll take that too.
Yes.
We want Rafael.
100%. 100%.
But we've memorized the Trinidad one, so we need it. We need a new one, Rafa.
Yeah,
all right, we'll be back right after this. Keep it lit. Honest Abe here with the GOAT to tell you about Smokin's Cigar of the Month Club. Alex, tell our fans out there why our club is the best darn club out there.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you why. Because every month I personally handpick 5 premium cigars. No filler, no fluff, no fugazis. These are all premium handmade name brands that you can find in any brick and mortar store in your area. All delivered to your door for $34.95. And our average monthly retail value since the inception of our club has been almost $57. Another great feature of our Cigar of the Month Club, Alex, tell them about the ease of our Cigar of the Month Club. Sure. I'll tell you, I hate subscription services. It's always a pain to cancel them, turning them on. We've made it super simple. All you gotta do is log into your account. There's a little green button there. If it's green, you're active. You want to take a break, you're going out of town, simply hit the button and you'll deactivate your membership. Want to turn it back on? The exact same easy process. You can turn it right back on. We've made it that easy for you. Another great feature is our Double Down Club. Alex, tell them about the Double Down Club.
We had so many of our members reach out to us who really enjoyed our selections every month. They wanted to know there was a way they can get 2. And we've made that very simple. With a simple check mark, you can get double this great selections every month and save $10. Does our club have perks? Of course it have perks. You want to tell them about the perks? As a member of our club, every month there's a special discount code where if you like any of the selections, we will offer them to you, so you want to come and get some more. You can get them at a special discounted rate for our Cigar of the Month Club members. And finally, expedited shipping. Tell them how fast we get the stuff out, Alex. We get the stuff out on the 28th of every month. Our membership bills on the 28th, and we get every member's package out on the 28th if it's a shipping day. 5 great reasons on what makes Smoking Cigar of the Month Club the best club out there. Check it out. Peace. Hey, I really appreciate you doing the video with me. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. I mean, you didn't let me get a word in, but whatever.
What?
Well, great. It's perfect.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of KMA Talk Radio, episode 601, last episode of 2025. I don't know about you, man, but this year has just gone by.
Yeah.
Too fast. Too fast.
Way fast.
Way too fast.
Insane. I mean, you know, they say when you get older, it goes faster, and there's no lie to that, man. It's just like mind-blowing fast.
I feel like I just stopped writing 2024 by accident, and now we're moving on to 2026.
Right.
Now.
And how old are you now, Alex?
43.
Yeah. Enjoy these fools, man, because
at least Fred, you hit 60 before me.
Oh yeah, it's coming up fast. It's like 4 months away. I'm not looking forward to this.
I'm about 23 months away. Yeah.
I think 30 is when it really starts.
I don't
right?
get. I'm not. Listen, it's better.
50 was rough.
None of them bothered
50
me.
was rough.
No,
None
what I
of
mean
them bothered me.
No, what I mean by that, they don't bother me, but you know, your perspective starts changing. You know, you start thinking about after you die and what do you need to do before you die.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff, like even simple things, like when you're young and you haven't seen somebody in a while, you're like, oh, I wonder where he's at, what he's up to. Now we start saying, man, I hope he's still alive. You know, I mean, it's perspective changes, but like I think 30 is a pivotal year because most people go from single to married with kids between 30 and 40, right? A lot of that happens in that time frame. I mean, I was like in my 30s, I was single, having a great time. By 40, I had 3 or 4 kids and was married. I mean, it was just like your universe changes and it just goes so fast.
I agree with that, except that I feel like during that period of my life, you're so caught up in the stuff with family and stuff like that. There's not as much of the reflection. You're in the heat of
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
I'm turning 60 now. It's just like it's nothing but reflection. It's
That's
nothing.
what
I'm like, yeah.
The point I'm making exactly.
Yeah.
Now what you think about is thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I don't even know if I should do annual subscriptions to things anymore. I mean, what point should I just, do month by month? I mean,
I mean, not to that extent, but we do. It's how you start thinking. It's really
yeah,
crazy, you know?
yeah.
I mean, I got a very pivotal milestone coming up in April. So let me just see if I can pull it up real quick. But I think it's in all their individual files. But when my kids were born, here's her folder. When my kids were born, I wrote them each a card when they were born.
Oh, wow.
All right, this was written on 4/19/2008, the 4 days after my daughter was born. And it says on the outside, to Petra Noor Dababneh on her 18th birthday, April 15th, 2026. And I was just trying to write my child what my emotions were, what my hopes were, what my thoughts were. 18 years ago. I couldn't tell you what I wrote in this. I have no idea. I'm absolutely clueless. I did this for each one of my kids. And we're going to open this on her birthday. And, you know, it's like, I mean, I'm almost getting choked up thinking about it because I have no idea what my feelings were and what was going through my head 18 years ago after my first child was born.
Yeah. Buy Beanie Babies. I have no idea what you wrote in there either.
Right? I mean, it's crazy, but it's the truth.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. Was that an initial thought of like, in case I'm not here, Abe?
No. I mean, so I'll tell you right now, a lot of times you'll see something, you say, oh, that's a cool idea. Like I just saw on social media, they had that company where you could document your life in a book, and it takes your recordings on your phone. This guy was on Shark Tank, and you do your recordings on your phone, and it implements it so they could QR it. So I was thinking about doing this for my kids and, hopefully future grandkids, they could look and listen to, afterwards. So that's the kind of shit you start thinking about at this age. I think I was just so overly taken with emotion, and especially your first child, because you got no clue what the fuck you're doing. You're hoping you don't fuck it up. You hope you raise a good kid. Right. And I just wanted to put my emotions down on paper. And I just thought doing a card was a great way to do it. And after I did it for her, I obviously did it for the other 4. It's going to be really wild to open it and see what happens. I don't know how emotional it'll be for me, my daughter, because like I said, I have no recollection of what I wrote. It was 18 years ago. God, I got no idea. Alex.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That's funny. I only wish, buddy. I only wish.
My microphone.
Those were my broke years. It's really funny because especially when I talk to guys really close to me like Alex, or most people don't realize. I mean, I was cash broke for many years. I mean, up until more recently than people think. Because when you're building stores and you're growing a business, that's where your money's going.
Building. You just keep building.
Yeah. I can't remember who I was talking to, but they were in utter shock, and they were like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." I started a college fund for my first oldest 2, and I can't remember how much was in it at one point. Maybe I got up to like $37,000 or $40,000 or whatever. And there was a point where I had to close it. Needed the money, It's just the way it goes. I mean, we can't live day to day. What the fuck is a future college fund, But here's the advice for anybody struggling out there. Operating from faith is a very powerful position. And what I mean by that is I didn't hesitate to liquidate the funds because I had to do what was logical. We needed money. A lot of money was going out to build stores at the time, and, we needed money. And if there's one thing I was very disciplined at in my earlier stages was I never let the business suffer for my personal expenses. Early in my career, I was in my 20s, late 20s. I was going to get my car repoed in my house. Hadn't made a lease payment, or it was a mortgage payment at that time. Hadn't made a mortgage payment or a car payment like 5 or 6 months. I was going to lose them both at one point, but I didn't pay myself one dime more. I had to survive on what the business was going to be able to pay me. So I was very disciplined in that in my career, which is really a hard discipline. Most of the stores that I've acquired from other businesses typically is operator error. They're trying to live a lifestyle that the business doesn't provide the means for that type of style, but they'd rather bleed the business. So I was good.
The business, right?
Yeah, I was good at really being disciplined and never ever doing that early in my career, and that's why I emptied out the kids' college funds, and but I didn't do it with any fear. I didn't do it with any, what are we going to do when the kids get ready to go to college? Because I just had the faith, things are going in the right direction, and we'll figure it out. And luckily enough, things turned around, and I was able to start them back up after my son was born, and I paid a little bit more for the 2 older girls now because they weren't newborns, but I could afford it now. So I think if you're in business and you're out there and you're struggling, I think operating from a position of faith is a powerful position in having faith in what you need to do, but you have to be disciplined enough to do what you need to do. And, so those are my broke years. So I'm really kind of curious on seeing, what I wrote and, what my psychology was at that time. So interesting shit. Anyways, on a more jovial note, do we have we
got nothing. I got nothing. I failed.
So we got nothing. No segments for the whole show.
Okay. End of the year. We're done. We're done. We're phoning it in.
When I texted Fred Rewey the link yesterday is when the link was up. In fairness, Carlos was a little goofy on the fucking thumbnail too. It took a couple of days. No, I was behind this week. I'm behind. I got nothing.
Well, that being said,
there we go.
How's the news? I hope we have a lot.
I hope you got news.
Well, most of the
news is light, but I feel like one conversation is going to last us at least a half an hour.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
We got a hottie patati in the news. You got a hot topic? All right. Well, let's wing it. Let's start the news. It'll definitely open up some conversation. So it's time to find out what's going on in our industry this week. It's time to find out what's the scoop with Coop.
Hey, yo, what's my theme music?
The Scoop with Coop. Breaking industry news. Hear it first on KMA Talk Radio and cigar-coop.com.
It's starting to get lighter with a lot of news.
That's the end of the year.
End of the year, the cigar industry goes on sabbatical for a month, right? So, as far as new releases go, there's a few that have started to trickle out. There's one in particular, something for 2026 that is coming. It's from Aganorsa Leaf, and they have got yet another installment of the Supreme Leaf series. And this is called the Supreme Leaf Toro 109. It's going to come out early next year. If you look at that, it has what's called that 109 cap, which is kind of what they call the bullet cap. It's a Cuban-style cap where it's tapered towards the head, but it has a flat. I love this size, by the way. I love this size. I love this design. And this is the first time they've done the 109 size in the Supreme Leaf size. It's going to be the Supreme Leaf blend, which is all Aganorsa tobacco. And it's going to be a limited run of 3,000 boxes. So, now I think they've found...
Is that less than last year?
I think it was the same as last year. It was the same as last year from when I looked. And it's going to go for $13.99, which not a bad price of that. So what they do is they tend to come out with a different size once or twice a year of the Supreme Leaf, and it's a single batch run, and then once it's gone, and they come up with other sizes. I actually, when I had Terrence on the show a few months ago, he said they have a lot more. I was wondering if they would eventually run out of sizes, and he said no, they have a lot that he could still do with this. So this is
go ahead. I want to see what you say first.
No, it just makes me. Listen. Let's not forget Terrence was the catalyst of them whole. What with Domus Magnus, Caligula's, and all those weird sizes? Yeah, he's got so he can have some stuff up his sleeve for sizes because they were all like weirdly shaped, kind of asymmetrical cigars.
Can you,
yeah.
Can you put up that image one more time? I don't know if my OCD.
No, you're
the flapping out. Is it the flapping out that
bothers
you, Abe? It bothers me. I know. I saw it too. It kind of flaps out.
All they gotta do is lower it on the cigar, and it wouldn't do that.
I think it's a Photoshop thing or something, or
it's when some of the pictures taken. It's not at the angle. Maybe it should. I think but that
band does have that thing at the top where a lot of times that may do that on a smaller ring gauge if they didn't have they didn't make smaller bands for it,
especially where it's starting to taper a little bit.
Yeah, but that's I think more of a clear out the background thing. Sometimes that happens with.
Yeah.
I don't think that's anything. That's not the cigar. I would say that because I've done my photos and I've seen that's happened on my photos as well.
Yeah. It happens.
I hate to say it, but do you feel it's lost a little of its juice?
When you get like 13 or 14 into these, it does.
Well, I mean,
is that where we're at?
Well,
yeah.
Well, here's the
question. Are we really at 14 renditions of it?
I'm going to count them right now.
Yeah, I want to say there's 11, but I don't.
And there's two internationals. There were two internationals.
I mean, look, here's the answer to that question, Abe. How many last years you got in stock?
I'm sure we do. I'm sure we have some.
Do you think so? Really? Oh, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. That's not 11, the answer we were
11 and two internationals. So 13.
No, it's not the answer 11. I was going for.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. I wouldn't be surprised.
Let me see.
Yeah, it was 11 and 2.
Oh, yeah, you got Grand Toros in stock. Yeah, you do.
It was Grand Toros last year or the year before?
Grand Toro was last year.
Yeah, it was last year's.
I like the smaller ring gauges
I'm
of them.
telling you from a business perspective.
It was 3,000. It was 3,000 last year.
How I know this because I literally used to street fight Terrence Riley for our
for them, yeah.
But
you ain't giving us enough. I got 5 retails. I mean, I'd be in heated fight, and he would get annoyed.
You're right.
But I'd be in heated fights with Terrence Riley when this cigar would come out. This cigar comes out now, and I don't even realize when they come out. It's not even a debate. Like whatever we want is available. So that's a little, but you're right. I didn't realize we're 14 or 13 variations.
13, yeah. 11 and 2 international, yeah.
That's like, okay, well, I mean, that makes sense. But what I do as a company then Because look, I have to believe, and especially because we have such a strong relationship with Aganorsa, it's not like a weak brand in our company portfolio. I got to believe that what I'm experiencing is not like a unique, rare thing. I would then, as a manufacturer, say, okay, well, you know what? We're going to make 2,000 boxes. We're going to make, 2,500. Let's find that sweet spot where it's not around, where they're not around anywhere. Yeah, by the next release.
Yeah.
That's the move I made.
Even like at this point, turn it into an añejo. Pick 4 sizes and release it one time, around this time every year, and it's a seasonal.
Yeah.
Pick 4 good sizes and kind of a single.
I love the cigar.
Yeah.
Great cigar.
Clearly, the inspiration that led us to do the rare fusion.
100%. 100%. But I think the problem is when you release one size 1 year, if I'm not into that size, like I'm not going to be into a 660.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't have right. But if remember, it's my seasonal release.
And I think Robusto, you know what? There's actually great logic right there in what Alex is saying, because let's take a look. Right, the best ones were the ones where I was literally fighting were the early sizes, the normal sizes, Robusto, the Toro.
Right.
Now you get into weird sizes where you're going to lose a lot of people. I think that's.
But is there a core constant production sizes? Don't they have like a core set?
No,
they don't.
No.
Okay.
This is one and done.
Right. If I had a semi-core kind of limited, it's on the shelves, and then every year we release the one crazy size.
Right.
That's
not a lot I would go to then. I would go back to what were the best sizes, fan favorites. Make 3 of those available all year long and do a once a year like an añejo and do a different size.
Or even what Alex says, do it like the añejos, drop them once or twice a year and like the 3 best-selling sizes.
It's hard
but I would smoke Robusto those all day long. Like keep those available. Keep those available.
Me too. Me too.
Remember though, the first size was only 500 boxes, and I think the second size was 1,000 boxes. There were a lot less allocations for those earlier sizes, so they did get a lot more. They were much more sought after because they were much more limited.
Those were good, popular sizes that we've never got to revisit.
Right. Those
I
are
would
the
love to
sizes.
see them. The original one is the best one, by the way. The first size.
Sizes they need to be making 3,000 boxes of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Make it, even if you can only make 1,000 Robusto, 1,000 Toro, and 1,000 Gordo or something.
Bring it back.
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
Right, or pull a David off. Come full circle. Get us back.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know what? I mean, listen, and I don't even know if it's on their radar. They could be talking about it. They could be oblivious about this. Maybe the next time I see Terrence, I'll open a discussion with him about this. But I think if they're going to continue to do it, I think the best way to do it is even like one, like the Añejo version, or 2, take your 2 best sizes and include those in the drop with a 3rd odd size. You know,
right.
Do what Crown Head does with Las Calaveras. Do a 3-pack in a little box.
You get one special size.
And do that one and drop that once a year.
Yeah,
but
that's a good idea.
I really think at this point, you got to pivot. It's got to pivot.
Yeah, something. And like people, especially like bring some of them back. Even for me, and it's a size. I don't usually smoke this size, but the Supreme Leaf in that little like short Corona was fantastic.
Oh god, that was
And that's not. I don't smoke that cigar stuff, but I mean, all the flavors just hit right away.
It's a great blend in a small format. Nothing against the other ones, but in a small format, it is outstanding.
Small format, it is. It kills. Yeah, we want some of those, man. We want them back.
Yeah, come on. Bring it.
I like this 109. I think this is a great size.
That's a good size too.
And it might be.
Where do you keep going?
It might be. I'm not saying it isn't. All I'm saying is I know as far as my organization, that street fight I had to have with Terrence Riley every year, I don't have to have it anymore, which tells me about how that brand is trending.
It's nothing against the additional sizes they're doing. It's just like I want the original ones, because you launched with the most popular sizes that everybody likes, and now we don't have those anymore. How many years ago was that, Coop? The original.
They started in 2020.
Yeah,
2020 it started.
And listen, as a retailer, there's something to consistency, because now I'm guessing every year is how is this going to go?
Right.
Because we used to sell out of this within a day after we put them up, and now I got some a year later. So obviously, my number is not fucking right. It's not what I want.
They haven't thrown a Lancero at least, which is good. So that would be the mistake.
I don't know. I mean, does it smoke good in a Lancero? I don't know.
The problem is, it's just going to sell in a Lancero. It's the old question. It could smoke great in a Lancero, but you can do 3,000 boxes and it doesn't sell, and Abe's got them for 4 years on the shelf.
Guess what? In fairness to that, I can't think of anything in a Lancero from Aganorsa, huh?
They've done a few, I think, here and
But
there.
they're not big on the Lanceros. If I think I don't think there's a core, right?
Well, because there's just not a lot of Lanceros anyway. I mean,
Well, I know, but people.
yeah.
I don't know if we still have any of these left in stock, but I'm telling you, if you do, pick them up because dollar for dollar is probably one of the best cigars out there. It's like I think $6.50.
Yeah, Kevin was telling me about that. Yeah,
under $7. This is the Smoking J Sparrow cigar.
Yeah,
it's 10 count for like under $70 somewhere. Well, we were supposed to get like 9 cases of them, and they only delivered 1, so we don't have the allocation. They lost the other 9 cases out of a 10-case order. I mean, mind-boggling. Didn't even make it back to the DR. So if we still have them out there, and you guys want a great cigar to smoke at a reasonable price, short one, good time, that's the one. Grab it before they're gone, because I don't know if we're gonna have it anymore, or we got to make more. That's it. I mean, I made enough that I thought would last us like about 7 to 12 months.
That's what you thought.
That's right. Well, if we had gotten our full allocation, it would have.
Right.
It would have. And before we pass on Terrence, I like it. We're getting there, but we're not there.
Tweaked.
I think this time we should try a tweaked version instead of the torqued version, and maybe that'll be it. I think we're gonna have to do one more. We're almost there. Needs a little bit of something. If I knew what I was talking about, I'd be able to tell you, but maybe I'll explain it to you and you'll figure out what I feel is still missing. But it's smoking great. Good flavors right off the bat. All right, Coop, what else you got?
JC Newman has completed their releases from the trade show this year. The last thing has started to ship. It is the 130th anniversary humidor that they're doing, that they did. Beautiful humidor. The picture doesn't do it justice, by the way. I saw this at the trade show. It's a humidor that contains 130 Diamond Crown Bellicoso No. 9 cigars. That's the size they introduced last year. You get the whole set for $2,230. Not cheap, but it is a stunning piece. I will say that. And that size, that Bellicoso No. 9 size, is a very good size of the Diamond Crown in there. So they did that for the 130th anniversary of JC Newman this year.
I'm going to tell you something. That we sold out the ones we got before they got here.
Wow.
Look, I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes I order shit like this at the show, and I say, "Yeah, we'll take a couple of them, throw them out there,
put in the vintage room." If
there, it's rare enough.
Worst case, whatever.
Never even took them out of the shipping box.
Wow.
That we received.
Because I thought it was good timing, Christmas, to do this. By the way, do it in November, December. This was the time to release something like this.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
Sometimes you just don't know, and I would have never really expected this. They never even made it out of the shipping boxes that we got them in.
Wow.
Stuck our shipping label right on the boxes that they came in and shipped them right back out.
Yeah. I like when they did the rebranded Diamond Crown. That the new packaging was great that they did with it too. I think it really elevated.
It was time.
I'm hoping that they do it to Maximus now.
They need to do it to Maximus. I agree. I agree 100%.
Maximus needs that.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah.
And I like that cigar.
Great cigar. That does.
I like Maximus. In fact, I enjoy Maximus way more than the original Diamond Crown.
It's a very different cigar from JC Newman compared to anything they have in their portfolio. It's a little more spicier and bolder too.
It reminds me of the early VSGs.
Yeah.
The Diamond Crown Maximus is probably one of the best cigars that the newer generation of smokers doesn't know about.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think the VSGs are what they used to be, in my opinion. I smoke them. I don't find them like what they used to be. And I was very enthralled. But, look, I'm going on memory of fucking 20 years ago,
Yeah.
But I almost feel like they remind me a little bit of the early VSGs. And that packaging just needs a little revitalization. Not major, not
it's overall. A little dated. It's a little dated.
Just like what they did with, Diamond Crown. Keep the essence of the brand, clean it up, make it a little more vibrant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hope that's on their radar.
Yeah, the one I really like the best is the Julius Caesar package. That one just always goes well with me. I think they did a nice job with the Julius Caesar.
No, Julius Caesar. It's
Great,
it's
great line
it's
too. That's
classy.
one of my.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it works really
Definitely
well.
works. Definitely works.
That's Coop news for this week.
No, see, it isn't
No.
so. What was the one we were
No,
going to talk
well,
about?
I said it's Coop
not,
news.
It's yes, that's not. This news is. It's interesting. I'm curious why Coop chose not to cover it.
Well, it's the Altadis story, right? And two things I want to say. First, we got to give a lot of credit to Charlie at Half Wheel. That was a very thorough article. I simply would not have a bandwidth to investigate to the level he did.
It was like a 60 minutes Dateline article. I mean, it is like you needed a board with postcards all over it. I mean, phenomenal article.
I'm not, and I always tell people I am not an investigative journalist when it comes to the cigar industry. It's not what I do. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the capacity to do it either. So it's something that's very much out of my comfort zone. But nonetheless, it was a huge story this week that came out. So. Like I said, kudos, you know, and then the other thing is, do I write a story? And I was talking to Fred about this. Do I write a story and piggyback off all the work he did? And that's not real. You know, we have a good relationship with those guys. It's not my style to do it. Not to say I'm not going to talk about it, but that also, but it still involve a lot of work on my end. It's just, I don't have, with everything going on, I just don't have bandwidth to do that.
Absolutely. I mean, that's totally investigative journalism, that article, and
crazy.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with you. Like, to your point, like, with the thoroughness of that article, what are you at that point? What are you going to do besides write an article just summarizing Charlie's article with the same? I mean, he covered it. They covered it.
Yeah. Now, did I know about it? I did know about it. Okay. Yeah. I got where I first got word of this. Where I first got an inkling of this was. At Pro Cigar, the Tobacco de Garcia portion was canceled about a month ago.
Gotcha.
And I confirmed because there was some press stuff going on. And I confirmed it with him, but they didn't give me any reasons why. I did start to ask some questions to some people I know, and then that's when I started to hear about this. Right now, it's a complicated story.
For those, because not everybody reads like we do. We need to kind of fill people in on what this is that we're talking about. I'm leaving that to you, Coop, or you and Fred.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, you're the guys that are better at explaining this type of stuff.
So, in a nutshell, there's a guy by the name of Chen Zi who basically is wanted by the government. He's being investigated by the Treasury. Well, he's wanted by the government. There's I believe there's a warrant out for him.
Yeah.
And he was involved with a lot of stuff with Bitcoin. Some very, very shady type of stuff. He is one of the owners of the factories that Altadis uses. And even though Altadis has had a long relationship with these factories, but when Imperial sold them, they were sold to different groups.
They broke up the branch.
They broke it up. So basically what happened is Altadis became a client to these factories and basically was an exclusive client to them. But what happened is Chen Zi's assets were frozen. And anything businesses he was involved with was frozen.
And it's sanctioned. So anything
sanctions. Sanctions is a better word. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So essentially, any business that he has a part of ownership in, even if that business has part ownership in another business, it affects that.
Yeah.
And that's
so the article said two things. Number one, it said that the workers were basically told you can't come in right now because there's nothing they can produce that they could ship.
Right.
And right now they can't. Altadis can't basically purchase cigars from those factories. So, and there's a huge amount of products that they have there.
How impactful is that going to be?
It's got to be a big. Now, it's got to be a big impact because they do a lot of production at it. Those factories. Fred and I were just down there in September. This is an enormous facility there.
I'll tell you something. So normally I'm not overreactive when it comes to the stock market, right? It goes up, it goes down. That's just the way it's been since we've been born. And typically, when there's a crash or it goes down, that's when the smart people buy, right?
Yeah.
So I sold my Altria stock, and I've had good earnings on it. And look, I know that premium cigars is probably 2% of Altria's holding, but I've seen these negative articles, make people freak out and drop stuff. So Altria
and Altadis are different. Keep in mind, they're different companies.
But hold on. Doesn't Altria own Imperial? Doesn't Altria own Imperial Tobacco?
No.
Since when?
Altria does not own Imperial Tobacco. Imperial Tobacco. I mean, unless I'm wrong on that. I didn't
could be wrong.
Yeah, I didn't think they did.
I don't believe they do.
Yeah.
No, I'm misled.
But I could be wrong.
But Imperial has ITG, which ITG competes with Altria.
Oh, then maybe I'm Well, either way.
And someone could correct me. This is, like I said, when I say I'm a lot out of my comfort zone, so this is a good example of that. So I'm being very honest.
I mean, listen, I've had the stock for years. I could have been misinformed years ago.
Yeah.
Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
It's done very well for me. I mean, it was at I think a lifetime or all-time high for a while back. Yeah. But it's down $2 since I sold it, so I'm all right with it. It worked out anyway.
Yeah.
Very.
I mean, I think Altadis as a whole has enough of a buffer to right the ship before there's a consumer impact of any cigars, of anything pricing, of anything like that. Matter of fact, it may provide Altadis a better path of being more self-contained.
Yep.
Because I imagine they're going to consider that going forward to not be in that position again, which is purely accidental, and Altadis is not at fault in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But they have a buffer to withstand a period of time, and I think they can right the ship before we even notice it as consumers and have issues with cigars.
I will guarantee, they've been making contingencies and working on this probably around.
You don't. You have to. You have to. I mean, you have to do that even if you deal with the factory. They go, what happens if it burns down? Right. What happens if they all of a sudden something happens in that country or that factory or whatever? So they always have backup plans anyway. Just now they have to implement backup plans.
Well, look what happened with AJ earlier with them this year.
Well, but that's what I was going to say too. But I think that's probably even a part of that could be a play, right? Worst case scenario, we can't get it figured out. Okay, ship production over to AJ Fernandez for now until we can.
It's not the only place they deal with.
No,
100% right.
They can maneuver. They can maneuver this until it gets figured out if they had to.
Now, will things change? They probably will. That's just part of what's going to happen. But like Fred said, I believe they can self-contain this. They know these products. They've been selling a lot of these products for decades. And I have a lot of trust in that they can kind of mitigate that piece with that.
Interesting, really crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, essentially the long story short is that Altadis can't buy cigars from the factory that is.
There's actually two. The one in
Huntsville also they used to own.
That right.
That they used to own. That they used
the
to own.
The U.S. company can't buy cigars from the factory that they used to own.
Well, and they may go back to an ownership.
The factory that literally produces cigars only for them.
I think it's Altadis, but we just.
What did I say?
Altadis. I don't know.
That's what I said. Altadis.
What did I say? Altadis. I said Altadis. I guess.
I think it is Altadis, but all we ever hear is Altadis. That's what I use. I say Altadis.
Are we going to get to the San Andres versus San Andreas argument now in tobacco?
Yeah, really.
It's San Andres.
Yeah.
It's a good point, though. I don't know.
What do you call it? San Andres or San Andreas?
It's San Andres. There's no A in it.
Yeah. I know. I say San Andreas.
But the entire industry calls it, not entire, but it calls it San Andreas. But it's not San Andreas. There's no A there.
Yeah. And, this is complicated.
Why? You want to know why?
Why?
Video games.
Why?
Video games. Because the only time anyone has heard that word is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And that's actually
hilarious.
San Andreas.
It's more complicated than the spelling. The spelling is complicated.
The San Andreas fault is a real thing, though. You grew up on the West Coast, and it's
but who the fuck knows what that is, Fred? Nobody gets around like that.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you know what the San Andreas fault? Why do you know what
that's the part?
I lived in California for 15 years.
Look to me. That's
what I'm saying.
That's the part.
It is a real problem.
The big one,
California for 15 years.
That's the line where that part of California is going to fall and disappear.
Yeah.
That's literally.
Wait. So does
the line where you're going to lose California?
Yeah. That's it. So does Grand Theft Auto that has San Andreas?
San Andreas. That's actually with the A. It's San Andreas. But I think
I've seen the industry spell it both ways. Rocky spells it with the A.
Because it's the same reason everybody calls me Alex Travella. Everybody puts an R in my name when they film me. Why? Because they're used to saying Alex. Because they're used to saying Alex Trebek. Or exactly. It's the same.
That's hilarious.
100%.
The R is silent and also not in your last name.
Right. The silent R that doesn't actually exist.
It's funny.
See, I was just thinking. See, it just comes to mind. San Andreas.
There we go. GTA. I wouldn't even know what GTA was, but
yeah.
You know, it's funny because when Altadis sold, there was this whole thing like nobody knew who was buying it.
Red flags.
Yeah, like nobody knew. It was such
Yeah.
It wasn't known. It wasn't. Yeah, it was very weird.
Red flag. It's always red flags.
Unlike any other of the major acquisitions during my career, which was big news and everybody knew what was going on. And
yeah,
we need Raphael to weigh in. Is it Altadis or Altadis? I say Altadis, but that could be wrong.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just where you're from, like how
that's
you
why they went to
pronounce it.
Tabacalera USA for the most part.
I like.
I do have a lot of confidence here. I really do. That team knows what they're doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, the big question and the question that only they know the answer to is how much time do they have to figure something out? We don't know that. It depends on what their supply here. How much time do they actually have?
I'm pretty sure they already figured it out. It's how much time will it be until that
they can mitigate it.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, is the buffer big enough to handle that repositioning?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, when AJ part of that factory burned down, they sure pivoted fast on that.
Yeah, and apparently the new factory at AJ is going to open early next year. Like the final, I guess they have the rebuilt thing is all going to be completed early next year.
Yeah.
I think they're timing it with the beginning of the year, it seems like. They have Placencia, and Placencia's got plenty of capacity.
Sure.
I think they could actually probably shift I think Florida Capan, which is the other factory in Honduras, which is affected, I think they could shift a lot of that to Honduras. Placencia's Honduras factory.
Yeah, there's ways for them to pivot.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. It's like I said, I I've been to that factory. I know the people that you feel really bad. You do. And they've had a great year. They've had a great year as a company, by the way. Some great releases this year.
Probably the most colorful story of my career in the cigar industry. I can't think of a more crazy like this.
Oh yeah.
It's like
especially how it's such a 6 degrees of separation of how it affects this. Some Chinese businessman steals a bunch of Bitcoin and suddenly all of us can't buy cigars in their own damn factory. That's crazy.
And when you have Treasury Department and Department of Justice involved, this is
serious. This guy's like an international fugitive right now. It's
he's on the run. He's on the run.
Yeah.
In Cambodia or Singapore somewhere. They're never finding this guy.
It's kind of makes it a little bit easier to hide when you got $17 billion that you sold.
Does it really though? Does it really?
I mean, I feel like in Asia, man.
I think so.
In Singapore,
I feel like if you are wanted for that much money, people will find you.
Yeah. What's the reward? What's the reward?
What is the reward on him?
Yeah. I mean, I think people find you.
Hold on, Alex. Is there a reward on him?
I'm looking.
Because when you got, 17 billion is the Bitcoin that we know he stole, right? So God knows how much he's got away with. I think he could probably pay people off better than the fucking reward money.
My guess.
I don't know.
My guess on this is that, and I'm trying to be glass half full. I don't think the feds want to shut down Altadis. I don't think they want.
No, they don't. That's not even on their radar.
This is not what they're looking to do. Yeah. Nonetheless, there's a situation they have to kind of enforce too.
And by the way, they can't shut down Altadis. There's not a connection there. That's not an Altadis.
Property gets seized. Doesn't it get auctioned off anyway?
I've heard of cases with that.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happens internationally.
Yeah, dude. Yachts from drug dealers and all that shit. When you seize assets, they eventually get rid of it.
My wife was telling me
he was going on the government website to see if there's a factory he can buy next week.
Well, I'm just saying, Altadis can buy back their own factory probably way cheaper than they sold it.
My wife was telling me there was a story on the TV show Dallas, and I do remember it, where J.R. Ewing funded a terrorist, and the Justice Department came down and they seized all the assets and they auctioned them off, is what they did. And eventually the family was able to rebuy them, is what happened, those assets. But that's probably what happens. They're not going to keep these things.
It's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yes.
You doing a top 20? You do a top list every year,
yeah,
right?
I've been unveiling it the last week. Yep.
The last week of December.
I unveil one a day from December 12th to January 12th. I've done that every year.
Oh, so you're in the midst of it.
I'm in the midst of it. Yeah.
That's how fucking unknowledgeable I am.
Yeah.
We've done all the way to 11. We've counted down to 11 so far.
Yeah, we're down to 20. We've done to 23 so far. So January 12th will be my number one cigar announced.
January 12th?
Yep.
Mine is January 3rd.
I gotta start scheduling guests for January. So yours is January 3rd. What time are you releasing it, Fred?
I don't know. Whatever time I grab my coffee and walk upstairs. 10 in the morning. I don't know.
It's on the 12th. I think on the 17th, Fred, if you're in town, we should schedule you to come on, and we could compare your top lists.
Oh, that's fun.
I think that'd be a good episode.
I think that'll be good. I think it'll be really good.
January 12th. Wait, January 12th. That's a Monday.
I said
Monday.
7.
We do ours on a Monday.
17th.
We always avail it on a Monday.
Yeah, Coop releases it on the 12th, which means the next show will be the 17th.
17th, yeah. That actually shows open for me right now. Not
Perfect.
that anybody needs to understand this on the show, but watching the show.
I'll put you down and we can compare your list.
I think it'll be fun because Fred and I
remind me though, because I didn't type it in.
Yeah. Fred and I have been messaging, and we have, I think, different philosophies. None's wrong. It's kind of interesting, and there's always head scratchers. There's always ones these are common ones. So I think it's a lot of fun to do that.
I think it's good. We have different lists. I mean, that's the nice thing. What Coop likes, what he smokes for Thor on our side, and what we talk about and stuff. So there's a lot of good lists out there. There's a lot of not good lists out there, but I mean, there's effort put. Anything is the effort's put in, and that's I know there's a lot of effort put in on. I will say this though, Coop. Did you feel? I felt this year was so. There's the top 10 you usually have like these are all ones I love. The 10 through 20 because you go to 30. We only go to 20.
We do a month. That's why we did that.
This year seemed easier to fill 20 of them for me than some of the other ones where you're kind of reaching a little bit farther out.
A little easier. I thought the top was very competitive this year.
It
was a much more top heavy.
And what we did last month or the month before is we created the Essential 30 list, which you can go see on Cigar Press right now. We decided to create a list that is a living, breathing list over periods of time. The only rule was no LEs, no store exclusives, and they all had to still be in production. And we created 10 mild, 10 medium, 10 full, not in a particular ranking order, but these were, if you were starting up a humidor today, these were the 30 cigars that we felt needed to be in your humidor. And we can change that list whenever we want to add or subtract something. And that was actually a lot of fun to look beyond what was out this year and go, hey, what's on the shelf right now that you're walking by right now that is deserving of being in your humidor? And that was a fun list to do. And I don't think anybody had actually done that to that scale anyway.
We were toying with a different concept of a living list, but very different from what you did. Bear and I have been toying with something, but it's completely different how you did.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, I could promise all our fans out there, might disappoint some, but we'll never have a top list. Never have a top list.
How could you with everything coming through your stuff?
It's
tough. You don't have that much time or effort to worry about a top list. And let me tell you something. I think if you're following somebody like Coop or whoever your cup of tea, or your place, Fred, I'm having a brain fart. Cigar Press. Jesus.
Cigar Press. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Brain fart. I think it's cool. I think your fans love it and it's interesting, but there's so many out there. And look, literally my operations manager came in my office yesterday and he was talking about how when he first started working here, we're trying to pay attention, see what the scoop is, start calling up the manufacturers so we get our orders in, because once it was announced, it was sold out, whatever. Even the Cigar Aficionado top one doesn't even move the throttle anymore. It really, really doesn't. I mean, have they named it? I don't even pay attention. I used to watch.
They named it.
They named it.
They named the number one?
Yes, they did.
What was their number one? I was curious because last I heard was number two.
Don't worry, you couldn't order it anyway.
Cuban?
Nope.
No, that was number 2 and number.
I know. There was like 2 or 3 Cubans.
Padron 60.
Cubans.
Padron 60.
The natural.
Natural.
Well,
which surprised me because I like the Maduro better.
I like the Maduro. I thought the Maduro was far superior.
I think the Maduro is just always the more popular amongst Padron fans than the natural.
Well,
you think so?
What? I got to tell you, I'm the Padron natural guy. I'm the Padron
26 natural is great.
64 natural for me. 64 natural.
If you base it on sales,
Oh, for sure. No,
100%. Always the Maduro.
Absolutely. But I'm a natural guy. But
The one thing
I really like both. I don't have a preference. I enjoy both.
The positive thing on that was it was a newer cigar that they did, and they've always kind of taken the heat, and they had a lot of older releases on the list this year, as they always do.
Yeah,
but this was a newer one that they had on the list. The other thing I'll say, I don't know how much you looked at the list, there was only one person who was not a factory owner that landed 2 cigars on the list. You guys don't know what it was?
Hmm.
And he's done this before. He's probably, I don't know how many people have done it, who's not a factory
2
owner.
cigars on the list?
2 cigars on the list.
I think Pete Johnson.
I didn't see the rest. But did Michael get another?
He got a number 10. No, he only got a number 10.
He only got to 10. Okay.
It was Raphael.
It was
Raphael.
I didn't see the rest of the list.
Wow.
Raphael had it with he had it with the Aging Room Concerto
and the Trinidad.
And that's a big accomplishment.
It's a huge accomplishment.
I know Raphael wanted a number 1. Don't get me wrong, but honestly, you got to look back. That's a hell of a play for Raphael Nadal this year.
Yeah, I agree.
And really two really good cigars too, that are absolutely worthy of being on the list.
Okay, I'm educated. I'm the dinghy here. Repeat that statement. That they
So there's
have
only
no factory.
Raphael doesn't own a factory per se, right?
Raphael also doesn't own Trinidad.
He owns AJ makes Trinidad, and AJ makes.
But they control the brand.
Okay, you're saying okay.
So, for example, like Fuente had 2 cigars on the list. They had an Opus X Angel Share, and they had Cuesta Rey. They make those. They make those cigars.
Well, Cuesta Rey is a JC Newman brand.
It's a JC Newman brand, exactly.
No, I get it. But the way I was interpreting it is like that they don't have a factory. Okay, you're saying just the cigars.
They don't own their own factory.
They don't own their own factory.
They don't own their own factory.
Well, I keep forgetting now. Altus isn't owning their own factories. So
right.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like my father had a couple of cigars on the list, but they weren't my father's cigars. It was a La Roma de Cuba, and it was Pete Johnson's.
But I think Pete Johnson's made the list twice before, not this year, with cigars. And obviously, he's a guy who doesn't have his own factory.
I don't know about that. I don't think he did.
I think he hit the top 25.
We'd have to pull up the data. I don't remember seeing that.
I don't. I have to agree with Coop. I'm not sure because he just did his little flip chart thing, and I don't.
He did the flip chart thing, and I didn't see it. Yeah,
I didn't see 2 of the same year.
Maybe.
I think there was only 1 year he wasn't on it. I mean, actually.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this was his highest placing ever. He got a number 3. The Black Label probably is 10 years too late.
I don't know why they don't. And you know what? It's always back ordered. The Black Label is
great. It's a great cigar.
I don't know why. It's always back ordered. It's so odd.
Do you have the Padron in stock? The number 1 cigar. I mean, does anybody have it? Does anybody have it?
I do know one reason.
Do you have it? Maybe.
I literally got a couple boxes a week ago. It didn't last 10 minutes. I actually told my staff, do not take off the stock notifications if you're going to put that cigar online, because it causes more of a headache than anything. Because if we have 600 stock notifications and you're putting
yeah,
bro, all I did hey, I got this email. I went there. It's not there. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, 30 minutes ago. That's a good point. You're not going to get a bunch of them. You certainly not.
Yeah,
now.
I told them just take the stock notifications off on that on products like that. Don't make sure they don't go out.
It was a $75 cigar at number 1 too.
Interesting. Let me just double check this. For the first time in 10 years, that's why I was quiet. There is a company that for the first time in 10 years did not make the top 25.
I know it is.
It's an easy one if you think about it when you don't see them.
EP Carrillo.
Yep.
Casa
First
Carrillo.
time in 10 years, not in the top. I just went back all the way back to the last time, 2015.
Oh yeah, this was a big talk in our chat. We had a big talk in our chat about this yesterday. Yeah. My father also missed it for the first time in a long time.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh,
they didn't have
definitely the first time.
Yeah, my father.
But my father, they got Pete
there. They got Tatuaje in there.
Casa Carrillo did not have a cigar made from them on the list.
Right.
So this was a big miss.
Which surprised me actually.
It surprised all of us.
Yeah. First time since 2015.
Did you actually go back and look through all that?
I did. That's what I was doing. That's why I was quiet while you guys were talking. I was just going back looking. Because I just kept saying, I wonder how.
Coop, it's still in there. Coop,
it's still in there.
Are you saying not in the top 10 or not in the top 25?
No, not in the top 25.
Not in the top 25. They missed the list.
First time they've missed the list.
They missed the. I think you got to go back to 2012 or something.
2015 it is, Coop.
Oh, 15. Okay.
15.
Coop,
So I literally-
can you speak to the number one cigar
You
rotation?
got a chance of finding a Perdomo
Or no?
cigar list as you do Dunbarton cigar.
What do you mean the number one rotation?
What you had in the chat the other day, as far as the history of CA and the number one cigars, how many companies have had number one?
I think that was actually Matt that did it, but if you
Was it
look at
Matt?
it, yeah. But
5?
if you look at Padron has 5. You have Fuente and My Father 3 each. That's up to 11. You then had Carrillo at 13, right?
Yeah.
Right. That only
Me
leaves like
too.
7
Me too.
cigars. That
There was
seven
only
or-
there was only like 5 that were
I
not
was gonna
among
say.
the core group that made number one. I
Yeah.
thought or something
It was like
that, yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
LaFleur, Oliva, and the Cubans, the other one, obviously.
And right.
Yeah, LaFleur, Oliva, Aging Room got it. Not a lot.
Cuban had a number one a couple years ago.
They did. A lot of us
Yeah.
thought that number 2 was going to be number 1 this year, that Cohiba Ambar. But they had the H. Upman a couple years ago, yeah, in 2022. But yeah, it is a very small group. And if you go back in history, right, with those companies, and Jordan from Dojo pointed this out, I want to give him credit. Those are all the companies from the boom era that just have continually made the list.
Sure.
So, and Cigar Aficionado, you tie them to the boom.
All right.
For sure.
We did. It looks like no one really wants to win a $100 gift card because unless I missed it,
There
I've
was some.
seen-
There was some actually
There
decent
was,
ones. I saw a couple of decent ones in there.
All right, I'll have to go through the comments because I only saw one,
do this,
which
Abe.
was astrology, which is not.
No,
happening.
there were more. There were some good ones.
Make a post after the show. This way,
Yes.
they're all in one spot.
If you're watching the show, I
Put
will
it
make
back.
a post after the show so I could look at one thread. It was just
Yeah, it'll
Right,
be
we
easier
can-
that
You don't
way.
need your comments. Just give us your ideas.
Yeah. Just give us.
Yeah, there was some, but I saw some good ones in there.
All right.
Yeah, I did see
was
some
some-
ones that
Ooh, I
were.
like this one. I think we did this one.
Yeah, we did that
We
one,
did comedian.
Gary.
We did
You owe me
stand-up
10
comedian.
bucks.
Yeah.
You owe me 10 bucks, Gary.
10
Yeah, we
bucks.
did that one,
There
Gary.
you go.
Sorry.
10 bucks. You owe me 10 bucks, Gary.
$10. Yeah.
That
That was
That's fun.
we did stand-up comedians. Now I don't know if he maybe wants comedic actors, but I think
it's the same guys.
I want to
Really?
move
All the
away from
successful
TV and
stand-up
movies.
comedians.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd like to, you know what I mean? We've done a lot of. I just don't want to kill it.
there's,
All right,
there's so
before we
many
get
other things
off-
we could do. Yeah.
Any special holiday New Year plans? Anybody?
My
I'm-
My daughter's arriving in like 3 hours. I'm excited. We'll have family for the whole week. It'll be great.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we're going out to South
Nice.
Carolina to my daughter and son-in-law's house Christmas. So I'm excited about that.
No, we're just staying home.
How should
Simple.
man,
I feel like Christmas is the simple, Thanksgiving or Christmas is a simple one, but I am excited for Christmas Eve because the last couple of years we've had this tradition where we make pizzas and shit. But I just
Oh, nice.
like that.
bought the new Ninja pizza oven for outside that'll get up to 700 degrees. So now I'm kind of jacked.
You gotta let me know how
Yeah.
that is. I'm thinking of getting
Yeah.
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, do not take any pizza over 500.
What do you mean? Why?
You don't want 700. Trust me.
You don't want 700? What do you mean? The whole point of pizza is you want a hot.
cook your pizzas and we'll talk afterwards. But I have
right.
one anything above like 5 to 6.
Really?
I like the pizza well done. I like it well done.
It's tough. It's tough at that high heat.
It is interesting.
And don't-
'cause
and
the
don't-
thing
don't-
says like, hey, this thing's cooking in 3 minutes.
Don't overload toppings. Don't do the American version where you start throwing
I
too much
got
toppings on
Nope.
there
All
because
that
then
shit
it's
doesn't
really
cook,
hard
right?
to wrestle with.
Yeah, I get it. That I get.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, you know what? Now that you say that, Fred, I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to go buy some dough and fuck around tomorrow.
There you
before
go.
Christmas Eve. You know
There
what I
you
mean?
go.
See what's-
There you go.
'Cause I
Just go to
kept saying I
Publix
was
and get
gonna do
those
it.
ones that are already made
Yeah,
for
exactly. That's what I'm going to do. Right. Fuck around with them. See how they come out.
Doesn't look barely priced either, actually.
Yeah, it was like $250, 300.
Yeah,
bucks,
yeah, that's what I see.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll let you know. Plus, I like that it's electric. I didn't have to get a propane tank or anything. I just plug it in.
See, and that may be
outside.
why it goes up to 700 because we have the electric grill outside. Because my wife's not a propane person, she doesn't want propane, and you have to let that grill get like really hot in order for it to work well.
Somebody made a point of 1,000 degree. The people that do 1,000 degree. Let me correct my statement. The high heat pizza is great. I think you need a bigger environment to have
For
that
that
much
high
heat.
heat,
Like
yeah.
when we have smaller units, trying to do anything above 600 in a small unit is a lot. It's tougher, is what I found so far.
I get that. It makes sense, friend. Yeah, I'm going to test it out tomorrow. Do some test runs.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
Right. No, that makes sense though. Yeah, because it's such a small container, that kind of high heat. Right. You talk about high heat brick oven, but they're big, giant.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And a 1,000-degree brick oven that is, 6 feet wide. What is the temperature right there on the pizza where you have time to rotate it and do things like that versus 1,000 that's literally 3 inches away from it?
Right.
I don't know. I'm not a pizza guy. I mean, I'm trying to do it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to do some testing.
Oh, darn.
Down to West Palm to try. Well, do you ever try either Patsy's or Adrian's?
Adrian's I've had. I love Adrian's. I haven't been down to Boca for Patsy's yet. I got to get down to Boca. Adrian's.
Tell me you get the Adrian Square.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's their pizza.
No, they make round too.
No, I know they do, but you get the square. No, they make a great Abe. They make the white. It's like a mushroom criminy.
I had it.
White.
I had it.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. No, but Adrian Square is phenomenal.
Adrian Square is my favorite. Yeah. And Patsy's is right up there. But I think I like Adrian's better because I like the sauce a little better.
No, Adrian's is good, man. That's good.
I like it.
Like Mother's Day or an Easter or something. And just
I like it. We probably go to it 2-3 times a month. And what's worse is now my daughter's school. It's like
she goes to school right there, right?
Block away. I'll text her. Hey, you doing anything at school? Yeah, I just placed an order for Adrian's. Go pick it up, bring it home.
Yeah, go pick it up.
yeah, bro.
No, because that's the thing too. It's in downtown West Palm. It's not very easy to just order a pizza and go pick it up. You're gonna have to pay $10 to park to pick up a pizza. Yeah, go get the pizza real quick. You're right there.
Well, I gotta try that.
Adrian's definitely.
I just put a note in on that actually for when I'm down in February.
This brings us to the end of our last show of the year. I really want to wish all our fans and everybody who joins us every Saturday morning for the best way to start your Saturday a very, very happy holidays, and wishing everybody out there a happy and healthy new year. Thank you to all our special guest hosts who joined us throughout the year, like Fred Rewey. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Up people probably to get me through the great smoke. So it's one less thing I got to worry about through the end of March. And, I hope you guys have a great holiday season, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be back in, obviously, we have the 2 best of shows. We take off for the holidays. We'll be back in 3 weeks to spend our Saturdays together once again. Until then, everybody, keep it lit.